Good Saturday, everybody. We'll see who drops in here. See if I can remember how to use this. Get this set up. See who drops in. A special, obviously unannounced. See how this goes. Sitting down here at the park, wasting some time. I was like, I could be listening to some football, but I figured I'd just drop in with you guys because it's been the craziness continues. If you missed the short yesterday, we're all crazy. It's funny how it was pretty quiet when I got ready to start and got here at the park, and like all of a sudden it got all noisy as soon as I started walking around. But we'll see how everybody's doing, see who drops in here. It's one of those, how's that song go? Saturday in the park. I wish it was the 4th of July. I'm not worried about the 4th of July though. This is actually better because it'd be too hot 4th of July. But it's a nice Saturday in the high desert. Hope everybody's doing well. Wherever you are laying low, staying away from the madness. Hey, what's up, Rob? Hope you're doing well. Did you guys had a pretty good, is it out of tornado season for you guys? Are you guys out of the danger zone for tornadoes? What's up, Nickel? See who all drops in. We got, oh, Chicago sings that. There you go. That's old school. Nickel knows his music. But I know everybody didn't miss it, but this week was just full of madness and whatnot. The distraction upon distraction. Let's see, where were we talking about that? The what's going down, like how much is it a distraction of the economic situation? And that's the Fed rate cut was Wednesday. Wow, was it just Wednesday? Seems like it was further away than that. But man, like we were talking about last week, kind of everything just took off. Like everything is on the upswing. Everybody is dumping their worthless cash into somewhere where they think it can make them some money because you can't hold on to it. It's already lost its value, you know? And then you had the exploding beepers, exploding radios, that madness, like out of nowhere. We'll talk about that here in a second. Like that, I got some pretty strong thoughts on that and people's assumptions. Let me find a place to sit down here. Hope y'all are doing good. It's funny how these lives work now. Like talk about randos just dropping in. It happened last time too, like the first 5 minutes. And then I started watching like Tony when he does his live, and you scroll down, you'll hit the most random things. Random lady in Pakistan talking about whatever in Urdu or and something else from Europe, or it's totally random. Guys racing rice boats in Thailand and stuff. Like it's crazy. Just how random it can be when you start scrolling, because it's not linked to any of the tags or anything that go associated with the video you're watching. So if you're watching lives, you want to see some just craziness, just start scrolling. But please come back. You know, we got here. Hey, Mule, what's up, Mule? Yeah, we're doing the things, trying to keep up with the Joneses, right? Keep up with madness. Here, we found a spot. This cellular device that I have is not exploded in my hand yet, which, if you haven't looked into that, we'll discuss. But yeah, I hope everybody's enjoying your Saturday. Thanks for checking in. Don't have to stay with me. There's lots of football to watch. It looked like NC State was about ready to get worn out by Clemson, and Ohio State's getting taken to task by Marshall the last the only thing I saw. But I hope everybody's doing good. Yeah, trust the government. Yeah, right. They never lie. Uh, so we'll just start off with the whole exploding radios thing and exploding pagers. Um, the seemingly what's being pushed as the accepted story is that they got into the supply chain and set up a shadow business and implanted explosives into these devices over a year ago plus, and managed to set them all off at the same time. And that was the plan, and that's how it went down, right? That's the story. I am doubtful, and I would caution everybody to be doubtful of that story, because I think it's much more likely, and it's actually much easier, I think, in the logistics side. The logistics of pushing that each of those devices looking unaltered and with the explosives in them is monumental. It almost doesn't pass the common sense test. While it's possible on an individual level to do it mass produced thousands and thousands and then target it months later without any of those things having incident, and nobody having an overheating phone over those months in the middle of the summer in the Middle East, seems almost impossible. So if you take away that what seems impossible, and you just go with the nature of, we know that they can surge signals into devices. I am more of the mind that they were able to push a overload frequency into the devices to make them, the batteries, a weapon. That's my thought. I think that's much more likely, in my mind. Just the logistics behind the other one is just monumental, to the verge of impossibility. But that's what it is. I mean, we'll never know. I would say that too. They'll always keep doubt in everybody's mind because they want to make this their next fear device thing, right? This is like the drones, and we talked about a couple weeks ago. The dogs are out in force now. There was no dogs, and now there's dogs everywhere. I guess I beat the dogs at the park. So now the new fear is that every device you're carrying could blow up on you. Not only is it tracking you and spying on you and listening in on you, now it's going to blow up in your hand at the slightest tone when everybody decides it. I think that's the bigger picture, because if if it can happen there, it can happen anywhere. The Stingray device we talked about over a decade ago, we know that's from the 90s. That's 90s technology, the Stingray device, and being able to track your cell phone and spoof it, and spoof a cell tower and capture cell signals. Yeah, imagine what they can do now. Yeah, imagine what they can do now. So think through that. Think about the bigger implications, because it is all designed for us, right? So it's definitely designed for us, not just for the supposed bad guys. And Mule's always doubtful of everything, right? Yeah, new batteries for your pager. Somebody was commenting that the last pager they used took AA batteries. So I don't even know if they have that option nowadays, or if they just have installed. They said they weren't lithium batteries. But anyway, definitely an interesting scenario. Definitely a well thought out, well executed. When you think about it strategically and militarily, amazingly well executed. What a great plan. Good job. And that's just the first phase, because we know that there's going to be a follow-on invasion. There has to be. You don't execute something like that, take out whatever the numbers are of the enemy. You just took out their leadership, because every Snuffy doesn't have a pager. That's probably cell leaders that have 4 or 6 people under them, something like that. Squad leaders, 4 to 10 maybe. So you're looking at, is there a 20-man force army in southern Lebanon ready to go? Well, you just took out their leadership. So that's a tenth of their strength. Let's just play, math here. you take out that math, it's like you're having a significant impact. Like that's your time to go, right? Your artillery barrages aren't going to do any better. Prepping the battlefield with munitions is not going to do better than that strike did right there, you know. So militarily thinking, you got to think the next shoe is going to drop with the amount of things that's been going on the rest of the week. It sounds like things are happening in that vein. So, not that we have to prepare accordingly, but I don't know. It could always spread, right? It could always spread, and things, people that don't like us here could drop things that have been waiting to do things. So, notice that. What's up, Liberty Bleeds? If you might, yeah, you know what happened, right? Yeah, incoming. Fortunately, that's just a regular plane, not a drone. Grass. Did you touch grass yet? I'm walking on grass. Does that count? Or something like that. Yeah, don't keep your pocket. You keep your phone in your pocket anymore. That's for sure. I usually keep it in my cargo pocket, so it'd be a lower leg amputation probably if it goes bad enough. I guess I got here before the crowd, and then the crowd showed up as soon as I sat down. It's like I was thinking everybody parked was just going to the farmer's market, but I guess 10 is the time. 10 is the time at the park. Drones are getting big. Yeah, well, drones are getting small too. See the link. I got it bookmarked on Twitter, our drone discussion, and we talked about it in last Friday's video, the drone warfare expansion, and just all that goes into that. And it'd be interesting to see how Israel utilizes drones now that all that's went down. You would think that they would be executing some plan like that on top of this what's going on in with the pagers. You'd think a decentralized drones like that would be very useful in their scenario when you got all these ununiformed agitators, uniformed combatants, and you don't know until you know. A drone is an excellent way to get munitions in there and find your target. It's better than artillery. Final prank call, right? Yeah, the cell phone could be your last call, right? Keep it as far away as possible just in case. Yeah, that's a good call. Yeah. So lots of things on the warfare front. Wait, I'm stuck, Nickel? Am I rotor boating? Am I got a bad signal right here in the middle of town? Somebody give me a number of stars. Am I 4x4, 1x4? What's our signal like here? Okay, 5x5 for Liberty says. Okay. I don't know if I thought Nickel was maybe talking about me being stuck on the video. But okay. So yeah, drone warfare, the age of the mechanics is upon us. Are we not in Terminator times? That's the next step. Like, when does the whole system go sentient and just cut us off, right? We're all in the Matrix. Whoa, whoa, whoa. What do you mean I need to shave? Nobody ever says that. All good. What's up, Rob? But so that's the news of the week. I hope your gold savings is setting good. I hope you got that secure, because the value of that increases while your dollar crashes. But hold on to that gold so that you have some purchasing power, and hold on to the silver so you can transact in a stable currency at some point. Movie that Gene Simmons in the future, Spider-Bot things. Oh wow, that's really old, and I can't remember the name of it. Wow, I think I saw that like once, because that was like a total B-rate movie. But then you got the ACDC song came from that movie. Who Made Who? What was the name of the movie? Maximum Overdrive was the name of that movie with the ACDC song in it. All kinds of fortune teller movies from the 80s, right? Like Blade Runner. Um, all that stuff prepped us for this moment. We should all be ready for the inevitable attack of the drones, right? So I hope everybody's fall garden has come together. I got to do a garden video to highlight our failures and successes. We definitely didn't get the produce that we wanted, but it is what it is. Got late. I was talking about getting watermelons in July, and I didn't get any watermelons till September. I don't know how that happened. That was totally a train wreck. Um, yeah, that was just, I don't know what happened there. I got to definitely get on the game next year. Get the squash and the watermelon in the ground a little bit earlier to get them producing earlier. What? Tom Selleck? That's crazy. Hmm. Interesting story, Liberty. Um, so you're out of Vegas? I didn't know that. Or I guess you could be in Caesar's Tahoe. Which Caesars were you at? But the whole, I found it interesting. The whole pager thing blew up when Sean Puffy Daddy Combs got arrested. Like, did he have all their contacts in his black book? Is that how they were able to execute that so quickly? I'm just saying. I put two and two together. I was like, surely this is related, right? But I did find it interesting that all that stuff went down. There was a bomb threat on Trump on, was it Tuesday or Monday in New York? There was a device found near him when he was in New York. Um, the Israel thing went down, and Sean Combs was arrested with his black book and everything that means. All this week, right before the Fed announcement. Like everything in the world was trying to use to cover up that Fed rate cut story. In my mind, it seemed like they were dropping all kinds of stuff, big news stuff, right before that came out. So it is interesting how those big stories kind of covered up the Fed rate cut. And the Fed rate cut is good news. They keep pushing this as like, oh, it's great. Other than being a sign that economies that when you had to jump to a whole half point, the economy is in the tank. And as somebody shared, that uh, half point cut, um, they did it. They shared that there was one done in 2007 and exactly the same right before everything else fell apart. So that should not instill confidence. Car guy, what is up? Oh yeah, everybody's on P Diddy's videos, I'm sure. It's interesting how none of that stuff came out. Like, who's gonna leak that stuff? Like, somebody, where's a leak? Like, interesting. They just make the story, and nothing ever comes of it. And P Diddy ends up under 6 foot under in a short period of time, tying up loose ends. You know, tying up loose ends. Yeah, it's hard to be confident when you don't have any say in the matter, or you don't have a whole lot of influence over the right people, right? It's hard to be confident. Um, yeah, we'll see how far this P. Diddy story goes. And if it dies, you'll know that it was really a lot of legit info in there. Because they were pushing it like it was the deal. Um, so, I don't know. What else? Anybody got any good prepping stories this week? Nickel, you got to make it so I can comment on your live videos. You always have no comments. And I go and watch a few minutes. I'm like, I can't comment. I can't. And I'm not able to follow up later after you close the live. You need to make it so we can comment so I can at least say what's up. Because you're live like 4 times a day, it seems like. There's Liberty's endorsement of Wade Allen Root. Yep. But there was a good video out this week on the Twitter. It got shared of a guy, FBI rolled up on his house and wanted to intimidate him for online speech and basically put him in their place. Like, you guys know there's nothing was illegal, but yet you're rolling up here like you're doing something important. Yeah, it was really a good tirade he went on with him. I don't know where else it is. I don't know if it's on YouTube or it was definitely on the Twitter though, being shared. So I imagine it's on Instagram or something, or the TikTok or whatever other source. But it was a good smackdown on him right on his front porch. Something Mule Team would do. This is Carson City Park, Mills Park. Still early in the morning, so it's a nice area, nice place to hang out. Got some shade. Unlike a lot of places where you go out and it's just there's not a lot of trees. Trees down here in the flatlands, by the streams and stuff. Let nickel be nickel. At least he's not showing. Uh, oh, that's funny, Liberty. Yeah. More silver, more pictures of silver, less of nickel. How about that? Who's using? Way Down Route was using 80s metal. Is that right? Nickel's on the last cell signal out there in the middle of nowhere, Indiana, Kentucky, somewhere out there. But the stacking game has definitely slowed down with the price movements on my end. I don't know how everybody else is doing. I know Nickel's stacking to the rafters with his auction deals, but I'm kind of at a slow point, and we'll have some action for you in a couple weeks. Some things going on that I'll share. I'm not going to reveal it at this point, but we'll have some. Hopefully, have some pretty good content coming up. A couple weeks of some goings on, but keeping it on the down low for right now. Getting old is scary, right? Yeah, we're all old timers now. It's like we started here on the YouTube. It's like we're all young bucks now. We're all old men. Yeah, but yeah, just a nice day here. Oh, I was thinking if I don't know where you're at in the prepping, but depending on where you are in your game and something you wanted to look into, by all means, it's there's a My Patriot Supply put out an email this morning, and I'm pretty sure it's open to anybody. I don't think it's restricted to just. It's not an email special or anything, I don't think. But My Patriot Supply had a solar generator and a whole slew of things they packaged in it with it together. That if you wanted to, if you had the money to kind of drop and just knock out a whole lot of preparedness items and resources at one time, that might be your ticket. Go check that out, because it's like the generator, solar panel, a whole bunch of water purification, water filtration devices, some freeze, shelf storage food. So a little bit of knickknacks to go with it, but the biggest thing was that solar generator, and then the water filtration was what caught my eye. It's like um, a what is it called? It's not the Berkey. What's the competitor to the Berkey? Anyway, one of your water filtration. Then it had like a life straw, and then it had like water purification tabs with it. So, and then it had also a shower. You know, the bathtub water bladder that you can put in your bathtub, like 60 gallons or whatever. That came with it, and like so all that. Even if you're paying full price for the generator, seemed like a pretty good deal. So that's My Patriot Supply. Go check that out. I thought that caught my eye. They're always, everybody's always sending emails out for things that they're like they're promoting, but it's like this is actually might be a pretty good deal. So National Preparedness Month might be your friend. Oh, what's Nickel talking about here? Still talking about Wayne Allen Root for your important news. I don't know if this is the important stuff. This is just what it keeps my ear to the ground. They had a little bit of snow in the mountains last week, so that's we're getting closer to that fall time frame. Had some good rain here, which will prep things. Hopefully, fire season's over, because that fire from a couple weeks ago definitely put the scare in people, and now that get that good rain, everything should be doused down enough to shouldn't have much of a fire fear anymore. So hopefully, it's getting into that fall time frame would be good for our news around here. If people just be a little safer, ideally. So what? We're almost 30 minutes here. I just wanted to check in and kind of drop that thing about the Israeli cell phone thing and pager blowing up and everything else. I want to drop that in here and throw those ideas out. And I figure everybody's kind of busy, but people check it on the back end on the record. Um, but the Fed rate cut, bigger deal than everybody's being let known. They're definitely keeping it on the it's a totally positive thing when it's a totally disaster thing. Oh, Nicola, I was on a comment on it, but that um, Michael Savage link you shared the other day, was it yesterday, last night? Um, I haven't seen Michael Savage in like forever. I was thinking about that. Like, man, I haven't listened to his show. I haven't listened to talk radio in forever. It probably has to be like pre 2016. But I didn't realize that Michael Savage is still doing things. Like, he's getting up there in the age too. Because I'm his age that he was when I started listening to him back in like 2000. So he's got to be getting up there, pushing the age limit. Like, you're getting retirement there, Mike. Put, pack it in. Ted Nugent has 3 shows, never on YouTube. Yeah. Or he had 3 shows. Okay. Yeah, I haven't seen much of the Nugent. I mean, I don't. Trying to think. Yeah, I don't think I really watch anything on the regular anymore. But anyway, We'll cut it out. 30 minutes is good. Hope everybody has a good weekend. Enjoy your day. Enjoy tomorrow. Prep hard. Live free. If I can get out of here.